What good is it if you being the best on the floor if you can't win? And you have superstar teammates with you every single step of the way. And you're supposed to be the best on the floor, and you got all-star superstars help, and you still losing. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
The
Jordan
only championship,
had Scotty.
Right.
That's some Bron slander.
he said LeBron slander.
LeBron slander.
All right, fam, new wrinkle for this GOAT conversation. I posted a video on this the other day. LeBron is barely in my top 10. He's no longer in my top 5. And here's some reasons why. Look, top 5 players that I have listed here, they are the top 5. End of story. Again, you might want to argue that Kareem or Bill Russell is better than Michael Jordan. I'll take that conversation any day. I've already explained my position on that. Check out an earlier reel. Now, the reason why we have to reconsider this whole LeBron thing in terms of the top 5 or even the top 7 is this. When you think about what Michael Jordan said and some of the other older GOAT candidates, it's kind of hard to claim that you're the GOAT if you haven't beat the guys or played the guys that are your contemporaries in other eras. Well, in this particular era, Tim Duncan beat LeBron James 2-1. There's no gray area. You can make whatever excuses. He didn't win. You have a situation where Steph Curry has beaten LeBron 3-1. You can say what you want about KD. LeBron is good at begging for help. It's all out about Carmelo Anthony being asked to come to Miami and he refused. So he should have did a better job begging if you all want to put it on help. The bottom line is the facts are that LeBron wouldn't be considered the best champion in his own era, seeing how he's going on year 22 and he's only got 4 chips, and both Tim and Steph have done better in a shorter amount of time.
Thoughts?
I would say he has some pretty good points, but I know Curry has more over LeBron, but LeBron still beat Curry. He beat Durant. He beat Duncan. He beat, like, LeBron still got bodies on his like chest, but he don't have as many as like Duncan. And I love Duncan. That's why I don't tolerate Duncan slander, because if I'm ever coaching a kid to be like a player, I'm like, be like Tim Duncan. He don't talk shit to nobody. He puts his head down. He plays the fucking game at a high level, and that's that. But I mean, look, LeBron's resume does not look good. It doesn't look pretty. He has a ton of losses in the finals for whatever reasons. Sometimes they're injuries, sometimes they're not. But that's all I'll say, is that his track record in the finals, it's gonna look shaky no matter what, just because the losses are starting to pile up.
Only thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna keep it brief, because everybody knows how I feel who the GOAT is. So I don't even need to stay long on this.
Jordan, yep.
But I mean, he made a really good point. What era was LeBron's era?
I kind of think, see, that one's tough, only because I think LeBron's been in multiple eras. Like, I don't know if we could call. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I only say because
right.
The 2000s was Kobe's era and Tim Duncan's, because Kobe won 5, Tim Duncan won 5, right? The 2010s, Steph Curry, he won 4. The point I'm trying to make is that he doesn't have any eras where it was just like his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he was never winning the most championships in any point of his career.
Yeah,
like, so
I think
like
the only spot
era that was his.
I think the only spot
go ahead.
you can really point to, and I see what you're saying. I think his Miami days. I think those 4 years with Miami were probably some of his hottest years.
Right,
that was
but
his era
he went. But it wasn't. He went 2-2, bro. Like, how is that your era?
But like, I'm saying like his best seasons. I mean, I don't know. I think so.
his best era. But I don't think he was like, it was like his era, like in the NBA. Like, it was his best seasons, yeah. But I don't think it was his era, because you only won 2.
The only thing that I'll say to that, and you have a great point with the eras part, But the only thing I'll say is, even though he lost to the Spurs, even though he lost to Curry, he was still the best player on the floor. Like, as great as Duncan is, as great as Kawhi is, to me, LeBron was still the better player, but just to an inferior team, because Pop is amazing. You look at the Warriors, Steve Kerr is amazing, and they have a plethora of shooting weapons. I mean, definitely LeBron's lost them as in the finals, but I still think he was the best player on the floor in all those series. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
What good is it if you being the best on the floor if you can't win? And you have superstar teammates with you every single step of the way. And you're supposed to be the best on the floor, and you got all-star superstars help, and you still losing. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
The
Jordan
only championship,
Scotty.
right?
I mean,
yep.
He ain't just have Scotty.
Well, I mean, he had
Jordan only had one other all-star he ever played with. Rodman wasn't an all-star. But he wasn't an all-star.
Yeah, but I also look at Rodman as like
Jordan was
only
one of the
played
best
with one
defensive
active
players.
all-star on his team.
He's one of the best defensive players on the court, though.
Okay.
Rodman.
Rodman.
He's a defender,
So
though.
you definitely gotta count. You definitely gotta count that, though. You definitely gotta count that, though.
But again, he wasn't a all-star, though. He only had one active all-star while he was playing on his team. LeBron has had Kyrie, Kevin Love, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. These are superstars. I think all of them are top 75 players. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had Mo Williams. He was an all-star when he played with LeBron. Like,
Chris Bosh fell off a little bit.
what
Well, that's because he had heart disease.
Come on, he was averaging 20s. Well, and not just that. You got to understand, every time somebody plays with LeBron, the third star is always going to suffer. Like, it happened with Chris Bosh, it happened with Kevin Love, and then it happened with Russ. So I'll tell you, every time you play with LeBron, and anytime there's two stars that play with LeBron, the third star is going to take his stats are just going to drop. It's I think through history, like, it's documented.
And I do believe that as well, because you look at Kevin Love and he was a double-double machine. But when LeBron came there, they pretty much turned him into a spot-up three-point shooter.
Exactly. Kevin Love was literally averaging 26 and 13 in Minnesota, and came to play with LeBron and was averaging 18 and fucking 10.
Yeah.
Like, it's always every third star that plays with LeBron, they stats just go in the tank.
Yeah.
And then it makes them look like they're not as good, but it's just there's only one ball. Like,
they tried to turn Bosh into a jump shooter, into a three-point shooter, and that wasn't really his skill. So they allowed him to work in the paint more.
They wanted him to be a 3-and-D man, paint and shoot threes.
And that wasn't his game. So it was like you're trying to fit pieces in on a puzzle board where the pieces ain't built for that puzzle.
Exactly. So then it makes them look like they're not as good as they really are.
Right.
But come on. But anyway, next clip. We ain't gonna stay too long on each topic.
What does Senio have to say? What are Senio's thoughts? No thoughts?
He don't got no thoughts.
Yeah, I don't got no.
He said MJ the GOAT.
Yeah, pretty much.
He said.
He said, yeah, pretty much.
Hey, look. When the nigga's own son is wearing J's instead of his dad's sneakers, that's it. That says enough.
Oh, man.
LeBron's son wears J's. Okay. So this is
yeah, he fucked up.
So look. Yo, for real, his own son is not even wearing his own sneakers. Like, how the fuck does that even make sense? You ain't no GOAT, nigga. Fuck out of here. I wouldn't even be letting my son wear that shit.
I think I already know what color. I'm taking.